If you thought that the previous election year was a busy one, then there's more in store for 2022. The governing party held its January 8th statement in Polokwane, Limpopo, where it celebrated over a centenary of its existence. On the same day, over 870 kilometers away, the EFF held a Siyabonga rally at the Moses Mabhida Stadium in Durban for its supporters to thank them for the party's growth at the polls. The Judicial Service Commission will have their hands full from the 1st to the 5th of February, as they will be holding interviews for the position of Chief Justice, which is now a four-horse race between Deputy Chief Justice Raymond Zondo, Justice Muyiseli Madlanga, Gauteng Judge President Dustin Mlambo, and President of the Supreme Court of Appeal Mandisa Maya. 5 days later, President Cyril Ramaphosa will be delivering his State of the Nation address, but for the first time in the history of the country, it will not be held in Parliament, but at the City of Cape Town City Hall, due to the fire that engulfed the National Assembly in December.
It will be quite an important quarter of this year indeed, because the State President, as he delivers his State of the Nation address, he must also be able to focus on what the government has achieved in the past 2 years that Ramaphosa has been in office. And also at the same time, major or important decisions have to be taken, especially when it comes to the issue of the Chief Justice. It will be up to Ramaphosa himself to decide whether he wants to strengthen or identify a person who's going to strengthen the judiciary, or come up with any other candidate who might compromise the work of the judiciary.
Later in the month, ANC suspended Secretary General Ace Magashule will head back to the Bloemfontein Magistrates Court, where he faces charges of fraud and corruption relating to the 255 million rand asbestos tender. As the ANC faces one, if not the greatest challenges since its 110 years in existence, it gears up for a crucial year. The party will have to pave a roadmap of its various activities this year, as its regional and provincial structures, as well as its various leagues, are expected to sit for conference this year. For starters, the outstanding provincial and regional conferences are almost due, with the Eastern Cape, Mpumalanga, Northwest and Free State convening in March. The National Youth Task Team, which is tasked at taking the ANC Youth League to its long overdue conference, has set the 25th to the 28th of March. Amid some of these regional conferences, former President Jacob Zuma's date will be set for his corruption trial on the 11th of April. Whilst ANC regions like Johannesburg and Ekurhuleni, amongst others, will have to sit before May. The province of Gauteng, KwaZulu-Natal and the Western Cape will also have to follow suit. The Women's League was supposed to have its conference last year in August, but had to postpone it due to the COVID-19 restrictions. Is expected to take place before June as the ANC's policy conference, which will be held with the party's National General Council, which will take stock of the party's leadership and policies.
I think this is the most critical year in the history of the ANC, in the sense that the ANC has just launched its renewal program, and the leagues are going to meet and to discuss policies and indeed to elect their own leaders. The response to renewal has to be tested by the response that we're going to get from the leagues of the ANC. We're also going to be able to get how the structures of the ANC are going to react to those members of the ANC who are implicated in wrongdoing, and in the main, those that are mentioned in the state capture report.
Soon after that, the ANC's alliance partner, the South African Communist Party, will be holding the elective conference. In the same month, the Congress of the People will hold its elective conference, and all provincial structures must sit before June. Whilst the EFF will host its provincial people's assemblies in all provinces, but they will communicate on the dates at a later stage.
When you have the EFF having to come in with its assembly, it will also be an opportunity for the EFF to relook at how they strategize in terms of ensuring that as a party, they maintain the momentum, that of growing up and not going down.
In December, it will be a showdown for the ANC as it holds its 58th elective conference. Although contenders for the presidency have not publicly pronounced that they will be vying for top positions within the party, the daggers are already out. With so many political events taking place this year amidst the COVID-19 pandemic, I urge you to take a seat back and brace yourself for the political theatre that will unfold before your eyes. Natasha Piri, SABC News, Johannesburg.
The National Institute for Communicable Diseases says 4,540 new COVID-19 infections have been identified in the country in the last reporting cycle. The increase represents a 10.6% positivity rate. 94 people have succumbed to COVID-19 related complications. The death toll now stands at 94,491. Active cases have declined to below 67,000.